junkies? Welcome to Police Chase. Today we're kicking off a brand new series, When People Messed with the Wrong Cops, where every dumb move instantly triggers justice mode. Alright, let's dive in. In Fayetteville, Arkansas, a routine speed enforcement operation quickly escalated when an Arkansas State Police trooper clocked a Jeep traveling 92 miles per hour on Interstate 49. When the trooper attempted a stop, the driver, Dustin Paulman, refused to pull over and fled.
We'll be here southbound on
The pursuit continued through city streets as Paulman drove recklessly through multiple intersections, creating a serious danger for other motorists and nearby residents. Troopers were forced to make quick decisions as the risk continued to grow. While crossing Township Street, the Jeep became airborne before the driver lost control on Ora Street. The vehicle struck a utility pole and rolled, ejecting a passenger who suffered catastrophic injuries. Paulman fled on foot but was quickly located by a K-9 unit. Investigators later learned the Jeep was stolen and that Paulman was wanted on a felony warrant. The passenger was left paralyzed from the waist down, given the danger posed during the chase. Do you think officers handled this situation appropriately?
You got one ejected and the driver went off.
On October 24th, Troop A responded to a report of a stolen green Jeep Gladiator taken from a hospital near Desi 630, possibly with a firearm inside. The vehicle was tracked onto US 167, where it sped away and the driver clearly refused to stop.
Right now it's going to be 1063.
I'll be 1037.
134.
TBI. Roll over. Roll over. Start 1016.
Troopers performed a TVI, causing the Jeep to overturn. The driver, Paige Chandrell Flood, was ejected and seriously injured. A stolen SIG 9mm pistol was recovered, and multiple felony charges are being pursued. The driver initially fled Garland County, forcing deputies to terminate the pursuit due to traffic and extreme recklessness. He was later located again, refused to stop, and Arkansas State Police were requested to assist amid heavy traffic from Oaklawn's opening weekend.
I've got it. Continue on. Turn it over to state.
A trooper used a TVI to end the chase, sending the Ford F-150 into a tree, gas meter, and retaining wall. Jason Griffith fled on foot, discarded a loaded Ruger 9mm, and was captured with drugs and now faces multiple felony charges. On July 12, 2018, Florence County deputies attempted to stop 22-year-old Brittany Nicole Jeffs for a traffic violation. She initially pulled into a parking lot where a male passenger exited and was arrested, but Jeffs suddenly sped off, leading deputies on a dangerous pursuit. She veered off-road, crashed through a fence at an RV business, then returned to the roadway. Despite nearly being boxed in, she forced her way through and continued into a residential area, plowing through backyards and nearly flipping her SUV. The chase ended when a deputy struck her vehicle, causing it to roll several times. Jeffs was ejected and taken to a hospital. After recovering, she faced multiple charges for her reckless actions. On January 25, 2024, the Florida Highway Patrol attempted to stop a Chevrolet Silverado carrying 3 occupants to investigate suspected drug possession. The driver refused to comply, leading to a high-speed pursuit. During the chase, the suspects discarded a bag containing cocaine and 3 firearms. The driver dangerously navigated along the shoulder for much of the pursuit, but with officers in close pursuit, escape was impossible. A trooper then executed a flawless TVI maneuver, disabling the vehicle and bringing the chase to an end. The 3 suspects surrendered immediately and were taken into custody, each facing armed cocaine trafficking charges. On July 4th, 2022, Officer Jordan Barker observed a BMW speeding at 91 miles per hour in a 70 miles per hour zone on Interstate 20. During the chase, Fan pushed his BMW to more than 130 miles per hour, weaving dangerously across lanes, cutting off multiple drivers, and even making provocative gestures at pursuing officers. As the pursuit neared the Chapel Hill area, officers executed a tactical maneuver that forced the BMW into a controlled stop. Fayain exited the vehicle and was swiftly secured in handcuffs. A subsequent search of the car revealed incriminating evidence. He was transported to the Douglas County Jail, where he now faces multiple charges stemming from his reckless and hazardous actions on the road. St. Johns County, Florida. On June 2nd, 2025, deputies responded to a report of a suspicious person at the St. Augustine Premium Outlets.
I got a suspect here in South Francis.
Believing he was impaired, deputies pursued him onto State Road 16, where he entered oncoming traffic and nearly caused head-on collisions. To end the chase, deputies deployed stop sticks and used a Péti maneuver, bringing the vehicle to a stop. Middleton was arrested and charged with DUI, reckless driving, fleeing and eluding, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Clayton County, Georgia. On the morning of October 1st, 2024, officers located a stolen white Nissan NV van parked near Building 29 at 681 Flint River Road. The suspect drove recklessly, running red lights, driving on the wrong side of the road, and endangering others. 2 Péti attempts failed, but after crossing North McDonough Street on Highway 138, a deputy successfully performed a Péti maneuver, causing the vehicle to flip several times.
Alright, you're the zombie calling. Radio, we'll be 138 coming up on Government Sharp.
I'm sorry, 138 Government.
Pete, roll over.
The driver, identified as A. Bates, was pulled from the vehicle, placed in handcuffs, and transported to the hospital. Her license was found to be suspended. The van contained over $40,000 worth of tools, supplies, and equipment. Bates was charged with multiple offenses including fleeing, reckless driving, possession of stolen property, and driving with a suspended license. On the evening of February 3rd, 2025, Trooper Dylan Evans was monitoring traffic when he spotted an orange and black Dodge Charger speeding down the highway.
Final stop location, we're just over there.
His radar clocked the vehicle at 83 miles per hour in a 65 miles per hour zone. Evans quickly caught up and initiated a traffic stop.
Trooper Evans, Arkansas State Police, resume out with you for your speed. Got you at 83 miles per hour when you're coming at me. Have your license, registration, proof of insurance.
The driver, identified as Brandon Williams, initially appeared cooperative but soon became unresponsive. As Trooper Evans moved to check the license plate, Williams suddenly sped off, triggering a high-speed pursuit.
We're at 140, passenger 83.
Evans performed a successful TBI maneuver, forcing the Charger to a stop. Another patrol car blocked it from behind, effectively trapping the suspect. Before surrendering, Williams tossed a Ziploc bag out the window, which was later recovered and found to contain approximately 90 grams of marijuana. He was taken into custody without further resistance. On December 4th, 2020, an Arkansas state trooper initiated a traffic stop on a vehicle with its windows completely covered in black paint. As the officer approached the passenger side, the driver unexpectedly accelerated, sparking a high-speed pursuit. Trooper Ray quickly responded by executing a pit maneuver, forcing the vehicle off the road. However, the driver regained control and dangerously re-entered the interstate, now driving against oncoming traffic.
Okay, we're coming. Now, did you say you losing a guy or headlong from?
Yeah, I lost it, yeah. We tried to stop a second ago. And he's having some issues.
In a strategic move to end the chase, officers positioned one trooper ahead on an adjacent road, preparing to block the suspect's path. Trooper Ray then placed his vehicle directly in front of the fleeing car, resulting in a head-on collision that brought the pursuit to a halt.
Get out of the vehicle! 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 Get out of the vehicle!
Despite initially resisting arrest, the suspect was eventually subdued and taken into custody. He is currently being held at the Franklin County Detention Center. On the morning of August 14th, 2022, Trooper O'Core observed a motorcycle speeding at 109 miles per hour on I-85 near mile marker 56.
Contact.
The motorcyclist exited at Georgia 74, then turned onto Oakley Industrial Boulevard, continuing to flee. At Bohannon Road, the suspect braked hard, skidded, and attempted to turn. As Core tried to block him, the motorcycle hit his patrol vehicle and the rider fell. Despite repeated commands, the suspect resisted. Kerr tackled him, secured his firearm, and handcuffed the man after a struggle. The rider was identified as Ajwan Kendall, who had prior arrests for reckless driving. He was taken for medical clearance and booked into Coweta County Jail. Willa Lifford jumped into a waiting black van with Amanda Bishop, 34, behind the wheel, and Andre Baker, 36, in the passenger seat. The three sped away, but within 10 minutes, police were in hot pursuit, reaching speeds up to 90 miles per hour.
Speed 70.
The van barreled through Ocala, cutting across southeast Marique, forcing several cars to swerve to avoid a collision. The officers stayed close, fully aware that one wrong move could lead to tragedy. It was no longer just about catching them, it was about preventing a disaster.
Just went through the red light, going northbound, southeast 44th Avenue Road. Westbound 38th Street, heading back out towards Temple rollover.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
The chase ended when the van plunged into a pond. Willa Lifford staggered out, still holding a gun, refusing to surrender. Shots rang out shortly after. The intense pursuit closed amid mud, sirens, and the harsh reality of a violent conclusion.
Temple shot fired.
In 2022, Arkansas State Police responded to a call about a vehicle traveling westbound in the eastbound lanes after fleeing a traffic stop for displaying fictitious tags. An officer quickly located the vehicle, triggering an immediate and decisive response. Within moments, a trooper executed a flawless Pythie maneuver, bringing the vehicle to an instant halt and ending the pursuit in under a minute. Though the driver attempted to flee on foot, he was swiftly apprehended. All 3 occupants were arrested and taken into custody without further incident.
I think that guy just went over Central.
A high-speed chase unfolded when the driver of a Nissan was pulled over for making an improper pass and driving in the wrong lane. Just moments after the officer returned to his patrol car, the suspect suddenly sped off, triggering a dangerous pursuit. As the chase escalated, the driver's reckless behavior posed a serious risk to the public. In response, officers executed a Pythie maneuver, successfully bringing the vehicle to a stop. The suspect, a teenage driver, was immediately taken into custody.
Look what you did! Why you have to run?
In a bizarre twist, the teen began blaming the officer for the entire ordeal, an unexpected display of entitlement that left many shaking their heads.
Come on, bro.
On August 4th, 2023, in Veeder, Texas, chaos erupted when a man reported his stolen pickup truck, still towing a trailer, speeding down Interstate 10. The truck's owner had seen the suspect jump into his parked vehicle and drive off, and he wasn't willing to let it slide. It wasn't the suspect's first run-in with the law, however. He had an outstanding warrant for aggravated robbery in Sabine County. Now in custody, the suspect faces a lengthy list of charges, including aggravated theft, evading arrest, and more.
April 1052, April 25, insurance.
On July 8, 2024, an Arkansas State trooper, while on routine patrol, observed a silver Land Rover SUV speeding at 72 miles per hour in a 50 miles per hour construction zone.
Adam 44, 1037.
For a while, the trooper believed the driver was merely looking for a safe place to stop. But when the suspect took an exit, passed a gas station, and got back on the highway, the trooper decided to end the pursuit with a TVI.
They drove.
The suspect briefly lost control, but managed to regain composure, triggering a more dangerous high-speed chase, even veering into oncoming traffic.
Other person hit.
The suspect later claimed they were trying to find a place to stop, despite already having passed multiple opportunities. They were ultimately charged with fleeing, speeding, and driving under the influence.
I was trying to get out the interstate, man.
On January 11th, 2024, the Florida Highway Patrol began a pursuit in Leon County after spotting a vehicle speeding at 92 miles per hour in a 70 miles per hour zone. Despite emergency lights being activated, the driver refused to stop, weaving recklessly through traffic and nearly crashing into a semi-truck. Due to growing safety concerns, troopers continued the chase.
Okay, I see you at the 03 eastbound. So far, every other word is clear now. You're northbound.
The driver, Monty Terrell Herring, eventually abandoned the vehicle and tried to flee on foot, but was quickly caught by troopers. A search of his vehicle uncovered methamphetamine and ammunition. Authorities also found that Herring had been driving without a valid license for an extended period. On November 23, 2025, Arkansas State Police assisted North Little Rock PD in a high-speed pursuit of a white Chrysler 300 with stolen plates.
White Chrysler 300.
The chase reached Interstate 40, where the vehicle sped west at nearly 120 miles per hour before troopers took over as traffic cleared.
Successful TBI, hit the wall.
A successful TBI sent the car into a concrete wall. The driver fled into brush but was captured while the passenger surrendered.
Wearing all black. He's up there.
Three firearms were recovered, and the vehicle linked to a Little Rock homicide was seized and turned over to North Little Rock Police. On October 8, 2023, Arkansas State Trooper Ronald Elkins initiated a pursuit of a Mercury Grand Marquis after the driver failed to stop for an expired license plate. As the situation escalated, the driver refused to pull over, prompting a high-speed chase. Trooper Elkins skillfully closed the distance, waiting for the perfect opportunity to execute a Paitee maneuver. With precision timing, he sent the Mercury careening into a ditch. The driver, however, managed to flee into the woods, evading capture that day. Despite the initial escape, persistence paid off when the suspect was located and arrested a few days later, bringing the case to a successful resolution. A silver Lexus driver on Highway 300 nearly caused a serious accident by recklessly speeding and weaving through traffic before fleeing the scene at dangerously high speeds.
Clear, westbound, northbound. Northbound. Clear, half from Northside Drive. Go right, northbound, Northside Drive.
Police pursued the vehicle, carefully coordinating two Pite team maneuvers that successfully brought the Lexus to a controlled stop, preventing further risk to the public.
I got it all, I got it all.
Following the vehicle's immobilization, officers swiftly apprehended the driver, identified as Yahir Vega. He was promptly arrested and booked into Fulton County Jail, facing charges related to the high-speed pursuit and reckless driving that endangered others on the road. On March 10, 2023, Troop A Dispatch received multiple reports of a man recklessly driving an ATV on Interstate 30 East. Moments later, an officer spotted the four-wheeler swerving through lanes near Bishop Lindsay before taking the ramp onto Interstate 40 East. When the trooper activated his lights and siren, the driver, later identified as Curtis Jackson, accelerated, weaving dangerously between lanes and continuing onto Highway 67/167 North at speeds exceeding 60 miles per hour.
I guess I'm 1037.
Correction. Back going on 67 North. Driver, pull over! Driver, pull over!
Going straight. I'll try to get the box clear.
67 North approaching, okay. Speed 67.
As Jackson ignored commands to stop, Trooper Little attempted to slow him down. Despite losing a rear wheel, Jackson kept driving recklessly on the highway, dodging traffic and endangering others. At the 3-mile marker, officers managed to get in front of the ATV, forcing it to a gradual stop. Jackson was taken into custody by Troopers Little and Smith without further incident.
Give it up, buddy. You're done. Pull over. Give it up. You're all done. To the north, approaching Wildwood.
67 North approaching Wildwood.
Speed 60.
Go ahead, get right here.
Get on the ground!
Officers noted that Jackson smelled strongly of alcohol and had bloodshot eyes. He failed field sobriety tests and registered a blood alcohol content of 0.15. Jackson initially provided a false name before admitting his true identity. His ATV was impounded and he was transported to Pulaski County Jail. Jackson now faces multiple charges, including felony fleeing, driving while intoxicated, reckless driving, and operating an ATV on a public highway.
You got the money, buddy? No, sir. Get a gun.